scoot over a little bit.
Oh,
we're good.
sorry.
I made sure you were in the frame because you like to stand all the way over there. So I made sure you were in the frame. Guys, hey, we are back. Yeah. Eric and Tom here, 4UP Gaming. This one has only been, I think there's only been a week in between this one and our last battle report. Yeah. So trying to get, we try and be as consistent as possible.
Had vacation time, so we got some games in.
Yeah, we got some games in. This one is going to be fun. This is a 3,000 points.
3,000 points.
So we're changing our points. Halpi's Rift.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. This is gonna be so bloody.
Oh yeah, there's so many models.
Oh my gosh, it's either going to be just an absolute grind knockout, or one of us is just, and I think it's probably be Tom, but one of us is just gonna smash the other one. This is with Halpi's Rift. This is the Astral Plane.
We're doing a 3,000 point Astral Plane, so we get a little bit of everything in there.
Oh man, you know, instead of just, we don't believe in like dipping your toe into the water.
Jump all in.
We dove right in head first into the deep end. So if you guys have used the Halpi's Rift rulebook, you'll know that they kind of start you off slowly. So you start off with one of the planes, and it kind of, okay, you're limited here. You can take this, you can do that. You know, your spellcasters.
You can take one of this spell because it's an O or level 1 or whatever.
They're all unique spells, yeah. And you know, you have pretty much your spellcaster limit can only go up to 3, just because, you know, when you're rolling on the channeling table, you can only have 3 to roll, and then you can only take one, and all that kind of stuff.
Choices,
and I totally understand the game mechanic. They were trying to, I guess, kind of like that whole you got to learn how to crawl before you can walk thing. We just started running. We just hit the ground and started running. We said, screw that. We're not going to build up slowly. We're going to be looking at our books a lot. It won't be on camera, so you guys won't have to sit through that, because, oh my God, nothing more than I hate watching a battle report.
Looking at their book.
And hold on a sec. And you're just like, oh my God, bro, please edit your video, okay? Yeah. But anyway, this is going to be nasty. So you are using spells from Abyssal Plane.
Just material plane. Everything is material plane.
So
I've kept it super basic.
Okay, so you still, in a way, you followed the rules.
Kind of.
The Astral Plane lets you be able to take spells from different planes if you want. The only limitation is that because we are both evil armies, we could not take anything from the Empyrean Plane. Yeah. Because I guess that's like the goody two-shoes plane. And likewise, if we were playing good armies, like if I was playing my elves, then I would not be able to take things from the Abyssal Plane. So, but you can take any combination that you want, which is kind of cool. So I have a spell from the Abyssal Plane, and then I also have a spell from the Material Plane. So, and one caster has one from one plane, another caster has another one from another plane. But with the Astral Plane, you can have both on the same caster. Yeah. Or you could have 2 of the same spell on 2 different casters, because they get rid of the one unique requirement.
I tried to keep it basic, just so I remembered everything. Is what I was going for.
I'm not keeping anything basic. If I'm gonna forget stuff, and that's fine.
A deck of cards. Out here. All the war gear. It was like
all my war gear. Yep. I was like, this guy's got this and this and this and this and this, and I'm gonna forget half of it. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like I said, I think that's kind of where they were going with this. This supplement was definitely not to be tournament balanced, because oh my God, there's no way. I mean, if you give this guy enough time sitting down, I mean, I was coming up with some pretty rudimentary stuff, but for example, you know, one of my little combos that I'm going to try and do is I have a Cursed Pharaoh who normally gets 5 attacks. Yeah. And that is how the game is designed, right? He's supposed to be balanced because he's defense 6, he hits on 3s, and he's crushing 2, and he's also fearless. Yeah. Or no, he's not fearless. I'm sorry. His units are fearless, but he's not. But he's also regen 5 up. So he's a nasty unit for 155 points. But then I have a spellcaster level 3 over there, my Lich King, and I gave him the spell where I'm going to try and boost the Pharaoh's attacks. I could potentially give him 8 more attacks.
Yeah, it's gross.
Make him have 13 attacks.
Yeah.
That's more than his mummy units too. Yeah, the mummies that are with him only have 12 attacks. He could potentially have 13 attacks, hitting on 3s, crushing 2. Yeah. And they have life lead. I mean, that's almost like the equivalent of having 3 mummy units and 1 is super better.
Yeah. it's gonna be
so.
Good
Is that
combo.
necessarily going to happen? No, but that's the thing about this Halpi's Rift is you can kind of start getting into some of the nasty combos. But I am super happy that they're not putting this into the main.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because let's be honest here, you can totally break stuff. The fact that in the Astral Plane you can have 2 items of war gear.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
That
The
right
combos
there.
right there.
I mean, that one simple game mechanic could break this whole game
they built it
because
more for like campaigns and stuff. So
Yeah,
you start
this
off
is
like
totally for
with
fun.
Imperium Plane, you do that, and then you move up and you do this one. Then you go to Astral Plane, which is
Again, it's like the crawl before you walk, right? It's like, oh, let's tease you with a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit more, and then it's just, hey, free for all, have fun. Well, we started with the free for all, have fun. So if you guys were looking for a balanced tournament type game, this is definitely not going to be it. This is going to remind me a little bit of the old school Warhammer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With your Skaven, where they would roll up and they would either zap 10 of my units or they would zap themselves. And so this is kind of, I'm feeling like this is a little bit more that way, and I'm happy that they're dipping their toe into it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that they're going, okay, you can do this, but
we're not gonna keep it at tournaments because it's
exactly.
janky.
The game is still super balanced, and they even tried to maintain the balance with Halpi's Rift. When you're reading it, you can definitely tell they tried to maintain the balance. And then it was almost like, you had the one kid or the one guy who was drunk as hell, it was probably Kyle, and he got on the Zoom meeting, and he was like, hey guys, look, man, so let's just do one plane where fuck it, everything can happen.
Yeah, you put it all together.
Let's just fucking do everything, and that's what happened, because Astral Plane is nuts.
Yeah,
like
crazy.
everything can happen.
Oh yeah.
So it should be a lot of fun. You are playing a 50% ally. So with I don't know if it's everything, but with Astral Plane, is it just Astral Plane you can do 50% allies?
I think it is.
Okay, so
Sure, it's
also
Grand-
with the
Grand
Astral
Alliance
Plane
or whatever.
Also with the Astral Plane, we can do a Grand Alliances. Tom is doing the Ratkin and Abyssals, right? Abyssal Dwarves. So he's doing. You can do up to 50% allies.
Yeah.
And what's
It's
cool?
heavy on the Ratkin. It's close, so it's almost 50-50 split.
Well, and there's no limitations anymore with allies. So your allied units can carry war gear.
Oh yeah.
And again, this is just for the Astral Plane. So before you guys get on there and be like, "Oh my God, what the hell are you talking?" That's not. I'm merely saying just for the Astral Plane. This is not. This is not mainstream. This is not for the rest of the game itself. This one is just for Halpi's Rift, just for the Astral Plane. Again, the requirement is each army has to be 3,000 points or more, which is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. 3,000 points is a lot.
And I think Mantic realizes that you may not have a 3,000 point army.
But you can have like 2 friends play.
Right.
They each bring their army.
Yeah,
If you have
that's a lot of
1,500
fun.
points or something like that.
That's a lot of fun, right? And 1,500 points is a lot easier of an army to paint and have ready to go.
Yeah.
Right?
So people are starting out, they have their 1,500, they get their buddy who has 1,500, you play 3,000 points.
Yep.
You can have like 4 people playing it.
Yep,
All
exactly.
their
And me, I'm playing the Undead. The Undead to me is like that girl in high school that, you always loved, you always wanted to hang out with, you always wanted to, and she just still kept telling you no. And that's pretty much what I feel the Undead are to me. I love the Undead so much. I have over 3,000 points of Undead. I keep building Undead. I love the way they look. I have new units on the boards that you guys have never seen. I have my Revenant Cav. They're all built and ready to go. Almost every chance I get, it's sad, but almost every chance I get, I will build more Undead. I still have Undead that are not even done. I have probably a couple hundred skeletons. I have stuff from years ago, back when we used to play Warhammer Fantasy, and this is just a little bit of what I have. And so every time I get a chance, I build the Undead, and I love the way they look. I think that Mantic's Undead are some of the truest, purest Undead looking models. They just, to me, when I think of the Undead, I think of Army of Darkness, the Evil Dead movies. That's what I think of when I think of their stuff. And so I've got a crap load of their stuff, and yeah, I know what you guys are thinking. I don't have a good track record with the Undead, but I keep building them because I love them. And like I said, it's like that girl in high school that kept telling you no, and you just didn't listen, right? So anyway, with that being said, our scenario, there is actually still scenarios in these. Our scenario is loot.
Yeah.
One of the original scenarios from 2nd edition.
We just rolled on it.
Just straight on. And then we also did magical terrain as well.
Yeah.
So there is Bard's Tap House in the middle of the board, so that way we can both benefit from Bard's Tap House.
And then we split the forest. One's the Darkwood, one's the other one.
So the Darkwood Good is -1 to
shooting
shooting.
into it. Yep.
And then the Blessed Forest is +1 to your point, or to your, it heals you back pretty much.
Yeah,
it's like having
Radiance of Life.
Yeah, exactly.
Radiance of Life in the forest.
If you have damage done, it'll heal you back. So we figured one is a positive, one is a, well, I shouldn't say negative, but one is helping one's helping the other, and then the one in the middle can help either one. So we're trying to keep that balanced, and hopefully that will be balanced. It won't be necessarily broken for one side or the other, but we both have fast stuff, and I don't have a whole lot of slow stuff except for my mummies, but mostly fast. But you have a lot more units, it looks like, than I do, because I invested a lot more money into heroes and magic. I pretty much looked at the way that Halpi's Rift could be broken and was like, ooh, hey, let's do this and let's do that. And let's see if this little janky combo will work, you know? Stuff like that, right?
Basic. It's pretty generic.
Well, let's be honest here. You're also going to remember your rules a lot better than I will.
That's why I did it.
Because I'm not going to remember this stuff. I'm not going to remember it at all. I'm going to be like, oh, I could have done that and I could have done that. Like, for example, I totally forgot what I put on my Necro.
Already.
Oh, no. Scorched Earth. That's right. I can slow you down. I can take away your Strider or whatever. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get going on to the game here. We will go over deployment, and we'll go over the army lists, and we'll go over the terrain again so you guys can see all that, and then we'll get started. Let's look at your gigantic army. Let's see what you got, Tom.
Got 2 Rat Fiends, Scud.
Damn it.
Overmaster on Winged Beast.
Okay.
Obsidian Golem Horde. 2 regiments of Immortal Guard.
God.
Got the Ironcaster with Shroud of the Saints, Surge, Heal, and Alchemist Curse.
Oof.
No cards on those.
Is he a spellcaster too?
2, yeah.
Nice.
Troop of Berserkers, Regiment of Abyssal Half-Breeds, Horde of Shockblight.
Damn Shockblight.
Warlock with Lightning Bolt, Inspiring Talisman, Bane Chant, and Alchemist Curse.
Oh my gosh.
Another Horde of Shockblight, 2 weapons teams, and Troop of Berserkers.
Look at those guys. Man. That is a big army. And, like usual, you spread out across the whole table. I will say, though, that there's not a lot of speed on the right flank. You've got some speed in the middle, which I've been noticing we both have been trying to do that more, putting more speed in the middle of the board necessarily, not necessarily on the flanks. I think it adds a little bit different a strategy, I think. You know, kind of makes you have to, like, be careful in the middle there.
I was trying to keep them together for inspiring purposes, because the rat can need to be together, and then
that makes sense. So it's your flank of your one army.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see why you did that then. That makes more sense. And then total speed over here. Speed and smashy, because you got, what, 2 flyers?
2 flyers.
Over here?
Yep.
Yeah, which, that's going to be hurt. That's just going to be nasty all the way. That is just going to be nasty. Yeah, you totally, like I said, you totally...
I thought I was going to have to stack. I was surprised I got the whole board. So I was like, I'll cover the whole board, but don't have to stack.
Yeah. No, I don't think you have to stack. I don't think you have to stack at all. All right, well, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and go over the undead. So for the undead, we have Lycanus. We got a vampire on a Pegasus, and he's got Blade of the Beast Slayer and Drain Life. And then I have a horde of werewolves. I've got my new one of my troops of Revenant Cav right there. I have Lady Alona right behind them. And then the cursed. We're not going to talk about that, but we are going to call them the cursed. They're the cursed Soul Reaver Cav. I just hope they can kill something this game. That would be super. I gave them Caterpillar, although again, I don't know if it's going to help them. just because they are definitely cursed. Then I have a horde of ghouls. Behind them, I have a necromancer. That is also my only model on the board that is a non-mantic model. That's an old school GW model.
Oh yeah, I remember back in the day.
Yeah, but that is my necromancer. He has Inspiring Talisman, Bane Chant, and then I gave him Scorched Earth. So it's an 18-inch range, cast it on an enemy unit. And it pretty much makes them hindered. And it also takes away Pathfinder and Strider.
Yeah.
Super good.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And
I saw that one. I was like, I like that
yeah,
one.
super good. And he's only spellcaster level 1, but I think it still rolls 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good. And it's only 20 points. I mean, that's pretty nasty. And then next up, I got another horde of ghouls. Behind them, I have my Lich King, who's got all kinds of stuff. Yeah, he's got all of his basic spells. He's got Shroud of the Saint, Heal, and then I gave him that little thing where he boosts a hero.
Bane Chant or no?
Yes, he does have Bane Chant as well. Yep. Oh yeah. And then I've got 2 regiments of mummies with the Cursed Pharaoh in the middle. And then holding down my flank, I've got my other troop of Revenant Cav and my horde of werewolves. So I definitely did speed on the flanks. I really went heavy speed.
Like
yeah,
1,500 points right there.
There's a lot of points right there.
But that's a lot.
I honestly think the game is pretty much going to be right here.
Yeah.
Like these two, like this whole quarter of the board is pretty much going to be where everything's at. Not to say that nothing else is going to happen. I'm just saying like pretty much that's going to make her like if you crush this flank, then I've got no chance. Like if you crush this flank, because pretty much everything else is. I mean, the mummies are good, but they're not fast. They're meant to grind. They're pretty much meant to hold down stuff and grind.
Oh yeah, they're nasty.
They are super nasty with what they do, but they are definitely not meant for like just long-term killing everything. They're not your hammer. They're more of a grindy anvil that also packs a punch.
Yeah. They're what, dash 17, dash 18?
They are dash 18. Yep. Defense 5, regen, which coincidentally enough, I have regen on the board.
Fire oil.
And you did not bring fire oil. I love it. Guys, so again, our scenario is loot. So we have one loot counter right here. We have another loot counter. I guess I could move the camera, huh? We have another loot counter right here on the other side of the building. And then we have our other loot counter right there. So with loot, you have 3 loot counters. You have to place them on the center line. They cannot be within 12 inches. They have to be 3 inches away from blocking terrain. And again, they got to be on the center line. So there's 3 of them right there. And then as far as the rest of the terrain goes, we have a little piece of an obstacle right there. We have a height 3 hill, right? Okay. And then over here we have a piece of impassable. We've got the Blessed Forest here. So that gives pretty much
Radiance Life.
Radiance of Life. Yep, Radiance of Life. In the middle here is another piece of impassable. That is the Bard's Tap House. So any unit within 6 inches of it is fearless.
Basically.
Yeah, super nice. Although I guess the only thing that's going to benefit me, I guess, would be the ghouls. Because, well, and I guess it'll benefit the Pharaoh too, because he actually does have a waiver value, which is super weird. The mummies don't, but the Pharaoh does. But whatever. We have a height 2 hill. He's 13, 15?
13, 15?
Or 14, 16? Maybe?
Wonderful.
I'll have to look. He's one of those two. I'll look. Whatever. And then over here we have the Doom Forest. I can't remember the name.
Forest.
Dark Forest. Thank you. Yes, Dark Forest. Dark Forest. That is -1 to anybody trying to shoot.
Pretty much stealthy.
And it does stack. So now it becomes -2, and if I put a hero in there, it's -3, or at least an individual.
Yeah.
So, which, of course, you have, no shooting on this side, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? I don't know how I'm even going to get close to this forest, so good job negating each other's fancy terrain. I think the only terrain that's going to matter is going to be that one.
Sounds cool.
Right? It does. It sounds totally cool.
Dark Forest.
The Dark Forest. And then over here we have another obstacle. And then we have another piece of impassable. So again, we're trying to mix it up with the terrain for you guys.
Little town.
It looks like a little city that's getting invaded, and I don't know which side I would run to. I don't think I'd probably just hide in the tap house and just drink my sorrows away, and just be like, hey guys, look, we'll make sure you guys are fearless. Just don't come in here and drink all the beer, and we're good.
Evacuated. with people.
Right.
It's gonna get nasty.
Well, I mean, where are you going to run? You're not going to go to the undead. I mean, you're not going to go to vampires and werewolves, right? And then you're not going to run to these abyssal...
Hopefully the Southern Army's coming in evacuating.
Right. Got the hell out beforehand. Oh, that's awesome. All right, guys, we are going to get going on with turn 1. Wow. Yeah, end of turn 1. And thank God that Tom said something, though, because I totally forgot about the channeling dice, which is like half of Halpi's Rift. Mm-hmm. And I totally forgot. So it is super, super a good thing that you reminded me, because I was totally going to forget. Huh. So anyway, guys, with that being said, I have like 7 things on the channeling dice. And I think...
except for like 1, I think.
Yeah. And so I was able to move my Revenant Cav, which is my chaff. I was able to move them up +1 speed. So moving them up 9 inches instead of 8. Obviously, I'm kind of checkerboarding it back here because I have to pay attention to his flyer that is here and his flyer that is here. So... I can't just let him get behind me. So obviously I've got an individual over here that can pivot however directions, but I still want to have enough strength to where if he does eventually try and fly behind me or get a flank or something, I've got enough units over here where I can successfully counter that. I moved up with the ghouls into the forest. The ghouls next to them marched, not the full distance, but marched up pretty quick. Mm-hmm. And then I also... followed them up with some mummies over here. I angled one of my mummies to kind of go towards this direction over here. And then I moved up my werewolves and moved up my Rev Cav. And then with the other thing on the channeling table, your monster was a douche and hit the obsidian golems.
Yeah, did a wound.
And did a wound. So, man, if only this game went to like turn 16, I could kill them with your own unit. Not going to happen. But anyway, I'm trying to think what else happened. Obviously, Tom did a lot of posturing because I did a lot of posturing. So you can see how his line now looks like a big worm. Pretty much just getting in range and kind of moving around. And then, of course, this height 3 hill is kind of blocking everybody right now. So he can't do anything. I can't do anything. It's pretty much just kind of who is going to pick their head up over the hill first. But yeah, that's what we're looking at turn 1. I gotta say, the channeling table is crazy. Like that's super, super crazy. I think it adds something a little bit fun. Would I suggest any of this stuff again being in a tournament? No, but I think this stuff's super fun. At least for a casual game, something for you guys to watch on YouTube. It's definitely a lot of fun. It's making for some interesting stuff, but obviously for tournament play, it's because there's no way you could count for some of this stuff. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's too hard to do that. But with that, we're going to go on to turn 2. Okay, end of turn 2. And some stuff died. I still think that I drew first blood, but I did a wound. Tom actually did kill my puppies over here by shooting them. Yeah. Like little rat bitches do, but he shot them off the board. Now really he actually shot them with 3 units, so I guess I can't really complain. Or 2 or 3.
I mean 2 weapons teams and then Alchemist Curse.
So I mean, good job, puppies. Plus I still have my awesome
holding down the flank.
Rev troop holding down my flank, and then he moved his rats out of the forest. Yep. And so now we've just got a whole bunch of stuff going on around the tap house. If dudes are drinking inside right now, they are either so drunk
what's going on out there?
that they are placing bets, right, or they're hiding. I think they're probably just placing bets because they probably see this kind of shit all the time. All right, what else did you do? You I flanked and did an extra 5 attacks with my my Rev Cav. And I did 6 wounds.
Most of them are healed back now.
So sad. So I needed 4s and then 3s out of 26 attacks. Yeah. Ended up with 6 wounds. Is it average for me? Yes. Average 13. For Tom? No.
Yeah, it should have more than that.
You figure 13, and then probably should have gotten about 8 or 9, which would have given me a better chance. I think I still rolled a 6, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
But still, if I'd have been rolling like Tom, it would have been fine. But because I'm not Tom, unfortunately, I was not able to. So he ended up flanking with his golems, which was a no-brainer.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously countercharging with the other abyssals there and wiping them off. You did get over here and waver my puppies.
Yep.
And then you smacked Lycanus. I thought you were going to kill him.
Should have.
And you rolled for the first time in a long time. You did not roll great.
I rolled good on the first one, not the second.
Yes, that's
one.
right, because he's inspiring. So, and then you rolled I think you rolled a 1 and a 2. So he survived, even though he took 8 wounds or 9 wounds or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then of course I still have some stuff back here, but this is going to be like a game of chess at this point, where it's like, okay, do I want you to take those, or am I going to take this, and then you're going to take this? It's just going to be a trade-off of models at this point. Let's see, what else happened? What else? I moved my stuff up because I don't have shooting like Tom does. Again, guys, I hate to be the one that always says this, but I think Oops. I think Ratkin are the new #1 shooting army in the game. I mean, I'm sorry. I guess close second would actually be
Abyssal Dwarves.
Abyssal Dwarves. Huh. Crazy enough. So anyway, not so much in your list though, but
it will be once I get the Death out.
Great. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that. It's gonna be so amazing.
Nothing better than 50 piercing one shots.
and of course, guys. Because I always like to remind you guys, there's one objective, there's another objective, and there's the other objective. We are going into turn 3, and like usual, we never think about the objectives until close to the end of the game.
It's only turn 3.
I mean, part of it is because these also are loot counters. Are they going to slow me down? No. But could they potentially slow you down? Maybe. Like if you grab them with your half-breeds or something. But I mean, yeah, it is also still just turn 3. But we normally, as you guys know on this channel, we usually don't pay attention to the objectives until towards the end. So it's pretty much a game of kill, and then turn 6, it's, oh shit, we got to do stuff.
5, we're like, oh damn, we probably should start
we got to actually do stuff now. So yeah, that is what we are looking at going into turn 3. I don't know, man. You still got one hell of a battle line. Of course, you've only taken out 2 things, and one of them was a chaff thing. But still, it's intimidating seeing all that stuff on the other side of the board. It's very intimidating. I got to start killing some stuff.
I just had to start.
Guys, if you're out there and you psychically know this game is going on, will my dice to be better. I'm going to see if it works, guys. Just whatever you got to do. If you're a gambling person, you're going to rub the screen. Right, like those gamblers do. If you're a psychic, just will it to be better, and my dice will roll better, guys. Let's do this. We can do this together as a community. We can beat Tom. We can do it. All right. I know, right? I'm calling in all the help from everybody. All right, guys. We're gonna go on to turn 3. Well, guys, a lot has happened since the beginning of turn 3 to the end of turn 3. As you can see, a lot of stuff is dead, and most of the stuff is mine. Although, I killed something, didn't I?
You killed a gun.
Yes, that's right. I killed a gun, and I put some wounds on these units over here with my ghouls. Unfortunately, I charged 1 unit of ghouls into the obsidian golems over there because I was trying to tie you up. Yeah, and I was hoping they would at least be able to maybe possibly get stuck, but whichever. I did, however, hinder your flyer, which was funny because then you weren't able to kill my 70 point whatever. No, I guess he's 115 points. My Necro is still alive, which is awesome. So that part worked. I was able to keep him from charging into my Soul Reaver Cat.
He's got to come back and down him.
Yeah, right? Now he's got to come. Yeah, exactly. Now he's got to come back and finish the freaking job, which he's a lover, not a fighter. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. My 2 ghouls got wiped out because, let's be honest here, guys. If you're running ghouls for anything other than chaff, you're stupid. I'm sorry, but they are not meant to stay and play. They are meant to fight and die. Like, that's just what they do. If you get a chance to get a couple wounds, cool. But they're not really. They should never be the backbone of any army. They're 180 points for a horde, and the upside to them is always awesome. Like, they can do really, you Bane Chan them, 30 attacks, they can really do great. But on the flip side of that, don't ever expect them to stay in combat and grind.
Defense 6 unit.
Especially not against a defense 6 unit and getting flanked. Definitely not going to happen. Plus, you rolled really well. Like you rolled so well on a couple of them. It was stupid. And then you rolled horrible over here because you needed to kill the pharaoh and the mummies over here, and you did not at all.
Yeah, that was a fail.
So that was rough. I did not see this coming. That was interesting, so I'm actually kind of laughing at the fact that you didn't kill him because now he's gonna fucking zoom, get the fuck out of there, and you can't do anything. I mean, you cannot charge anybody right now. Your channeling dice suck too.
Up and down.
Yeah, I mean, you rolled on your channeling dice. You rolled things you didn't need.
Everything but I didn't need what I needed.
The +5 attacks would have helped you. You didn't roll that.
I was hoping for there.
Yeah. Now you got what, 12 wounds over there on him? Yeah, 12 wounds. So
Probably gonna die.
I think they're gonna die. My question to you is this: do we think that the mummy regiment by themselves can kill them this turn? You figure hitting on 4s, average is 6, crush 2. So you say I hit 5. Put 4 more wounds on him, gets him to 16. Ooh, I need to roll 6 to waver. Because what I want to do, and I'll tell you this right now, what I want to do is turn him, since he's individual, turn him, disengage, turn him, because you can do that, and then charge over here.
For sure.
And hit the abyssals.
You could do it.
But
is it enough?
Is it going to be enough? So if I do like what I did last time, and by the way, I forgot to tell everybody. So what I did with my pharaoh, the reason why there are 12 wounds there is not because my guys did amazing, because these guys actually you popped your plague pots.
Yeah.
What I had to do is I had to charge him with the pharaoh, charge him with the mummy, and then I had to give the pharaoh my channeling bonus of +5 attacks.
Yeah.
And then I used my Lich King to try and do the +2 attacks per hit.
The abyssal.
The abyssal, yeah. Helping a buddy out. I don't remember what the hell it's called. But it's pretty much what it is, helping a bro out. And so I ended up getting 4 extra attacks. So he had, what do we say? He had 14, 13 attacks, something like that. So he ended up having a lot of attacks for a character. And then what sucked is I was hitting on 4s instead of on 3s.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 5s and then 4s, because these guys were 5s, these guys were 4s. Yeah. Because of your plague pots. So that if you wouldn't have popped your plague pots, they probably would have died.
Sure. Oh,
yeah. For those of you that are looking at the board going, damn, Eric is getting destroyed. I did lose my 2 werewolves, which hurt. The one I lost the turn before.
You lost Lycanus.
And then everything else I lost. Oh yeah, Lycanus. But let's be honest here, he's 150 points.
The Brick have.
Yeah, everything else is chaff.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy enough, but those units are chaff. As expensive as that is, that I look at them as throwaways. So now it comes down to the meat and potatoes of the battle. What are we gonna do next? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Tough one.
This is still... I still have enough, just for people who are doubting me. I still have enough on the board. I can still do something. It's going to be a little rough, but I can still do something. So there's just so many abyssals on the board. I gotta try and even it up this turn. Hopefully.
Bring it back around.
Hopefully I can bring it back around, for sure. Yeah, all right. We will go ahead and go on to turn 4. This has been a very dramatic game. End of turn 4. End of turn 4, guys. This turn was a rough turn, and I want to say that it was a rough turn for me, but it was actually not a great turn for you either.
Terrible.
You killed the stuff you had to kill, but I also killed stuff too, which was nice. Although over here I could not kill what I needed to kill. I was able to flank charge your Rat Fiend. Thank you. I was going to call him an abomination, but different game. Yeah, flank charged the Rat Fiend.
Gave the
+5
attacks. So yeah, +10. So yeah, 24 attacks.
24 attacks, guys. Did 11 wounds. Not enough to do anything, which sucks. Alona came in. She did a respectable 8 wounds, or no, 7 wounds.
He got one back, so it's 9 wounds.
Yeah, she did a crap load of wounds.
Yeah.
Well, she couldn't do 9. She only has 8. But I think he already had 2 wounds on him. So she did a lot of wounds anyway. She did really well. But unfortunately, he came back with the +5 attacks and wavered her. So She is just...
Four.
What's that?
Even needing fours.
I know, right? That was rough. Yeah, even
+5 attacks, so I guess it kind of balanced.
It kind of balanced out, yeah. I totally agree. The Necromancer is now staring at nothing because the Soul Reaver Cav. So I'm sure you guys will see on the GoPro how I moved the Soul Reaver Cav back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They were right there, and there was no way I could get away from the golems. There was no way I could get away from the golems. I could not go this way. Obviously, I could not go that way and get away from them, and I couldn't come over here by the forest. So,
death or glory.
Eventually, death or glory, and it was definitely death, not glory. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I charged into the Abyssals and these freaking regiments. Oh my god.
Immortal Guard.
I did. I don't know. 6 wounds, 7 wounds. I don't know how I do it.
Yeah.
But you know what? It was good, not enough. Now, granted, they were charging over the obstacle, through the forest, over the woods. They did have Pathfinder, but it doesn't matter. Pathfinder is not changed by an obstacle, so I lost my Thunderous. So I was merely hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. So that was not good. You moved over here and got the loot counter.
Yep.
I took out your rats over here. Woo!
You did.
My Pharaoh, my
close.
buffed up Pharaoh, and my mummies almost whiffed, but I was able to take them out. Then what happened? Tom multi-charged off the hill. So he had to give his rats right there, they have 30 attacks. He had to give them not only Thunderous for going off the hill, but also had to Bane Chant them. And they barely died.
It was bad rolling.
Those mummies, way to go, guys. That was actually really good play on their part.
The mummies, man.
You know, the funny thing is, the mummies are very, very similar in stats to your stupid regiments that I hate. They both have regen.
Yeah.
Mine has crushing, but yours hit on 3s.
Yeah.
Mine hit on 4s. Mine has crushing.
Crush 2.
Yours are 12 attacks too, right?
12 attacks.
Mine are 12 attacks. Of course, I have crush 2, and then I also have life leech, which yours do not. But yours can actually move all the time, whereas mine, I only have I have shambling, so I can only move 5, unless I surge. Which I'm not gonna lie, if these guys had surge, that would just be broken. So I'm okay for that, but. Yeah, guys, the battlefield is looking a little sparse on the undead side. I'm trying to hang on. We're going on turn 5. But there's a lot of stuff I got to do. I'm going to hopefully be able to kill this rat fiend over here. And I don't know what else I'm going to do. Maybe I can help Ilona so she doesn't die with good thoughts. I don't know what else I'm going to be able to do. And then over here, I honestly feel okay right now on this side. Okay. Just because I do have that freaking Pharaoh who's just a douche. But there's a lot of stuff, man. You are totally going to have these 2 objectives unless I can somehow manage to pull a miracle out of my ass. And so that is what turn 5 is hopefully going to be. It is going to be me turning into a magician.
And trying to pull it out.
And trying to pull a rabbit out of my ass. We're going to go on turn 5. And guys, I tell you what, I know it looks bad, but it has been a super fun game.
Oh, great game.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been enjoyable. Yes, I have not killed as much stuff as he has, but you know what? It's still been pretty fun.
3,000 points is a lot.
It is. 3,000 points is a lot. If you guys have not had a chance to try Halpi's Rift, you definitely need to. It's something that I'm sure we will do every once in a while because it is fun, but it's not something that obviously you'd want to do in a tournament or anything like that just because the rules are really lopsided. I mean, let's be honest here. This cursed Pharaoh right here was never meant to, like, I talked about this earlier, on the possibility that I hit with all 4 with that spell. That gives him 8 attacks. Plus the 5 from channeling, plus his basic 5. I could have 18 attacks with the Cursed Pharaoh. And this guy hits on 3s, and he's crushing 2, guys. And he's defense 6, and he has regen. And he's inspiring. So, I mean, it's just, that is the definition of broken. Now, granted, yes, does it take a lot to get there? It does. But the simple fact that it can happen, that's crazy. It makes for a good, fun game like what we're having. But in terms of, like we said, tournaments and stuff, I'm happy that people aren't really going to necessarily do this for tournaments. But anyway, let's get going on and try and wrap this game up here. I feel like I have to do a lot in turn 5 to keep this game alive. So we'll see what happens. Alrighty, guys. At this point, everything else is just for glory points. So Tom charged in with 2 of his big bruisers into Alona. Finally finished her off. Even though I got a -2
because of the hindered.
On this guy, because it hindered, and then the scorched earth, and it was beautiful. So yeah, still though it wasn't enough because this dude also came in and hit as well. What else? You grabbed the other objective over here.
Yep.
You move these guys. Keep moving them.
Yep.
And then you rear charged my Lich King and just barely killed him. And then, because he's an individual, you were able to roll into my next unit and double wand it.
Double wand it. Dang.
Got him to 18, which is their max.
8 or something,
and then double wand it, so they are alive. So guys, I'm going to go on to turn 5 just because I want to see what those guys can do. See if I can regen a shitload back. And then you wavered the Pharaoh. So pretty much at this point, the only thing I have going on is I'm going to possibly try and fly and hit those guys and whatever. And then I'm going to... What else am I going to do? I'm going to charge somebody with my mummies and see if I can finish them off.
Heck yeah.
Because it's not going to happen. But you know what? Death or glory, right?
Death or glory, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff gone on the board for me. Tom did what he had to do. I think I found one of his secrets, though.
Oh, no.
I think I found one of Tom's secrets. So I'm not going to say it, but I think I found one of Tom's secrets. It does involve a voodoo priestess and chicken blood. But I think I found one of his secrets. So anyway, we'll see if it benefits me for next game, but it's definitely not benefiting me for this game. All right, we're going to go on turn 6. Well, guys, turn 6 didn't go much better for me.
That was turn 5, wasn't it?
Turn 5 didn't go much better for me. This was one heck of a game.
Oh yeah, so much fun.
It was so much
3,000 points. That's like one of the first 3,000 Kings of War games I ever played, and that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, although I did figure out one of Tom's secrets. And just on the off chance that you guys might play him sometime in a tournament, I'm not going to tell you what those secrets are. But I think
watch the video. I'm sure they can see.
You can figure out the secrets, right? Hopefully. And if you guys figure out more of them, by all means, let me know, because I need to know his secrets better than anybody else. But with that being said, my Pharaoh didn't die. I moved. I would have disengaged, which would have caused him to regen. He regened like what, 8 of them back or something like that.
All but one.
All but one.
Yeah.
And then I try and regen off of 18 dice with my mummies, and I think I got back like 6. So that was still good. I mean, off of 5s, yeah. So they continued to go on. Obviously, it's a lost cause. Once they die, I literally have nothing except for my Pegasus dude who's about to get smacked down.
No, they all would have died. Probably.
I would have ran my Necro, and my Necro would have ran away.
He would have survived.
I would have ran him off the board. But no, so this definitely did not go my way. And I think it's just because you had too much defense 5 or greater. You had too much regen.
These things are just evading your existence, man.
I wasn't able to do enough.
Yeah.
So that's honestly that's what it is. You know, I was thinking about it afterwards. This army, I have consistent crushing. I have my 2 mummy regiments. And then I have my Pegasus, obviously, like, come on now. He's a dude on a Pegasus. He's supposed to be fun, flying around. He's still on the board turn 5, so I got to hand it to him. But other than a couple heroes, my ghouls they're not crushing. My Rev Cav are Thunderous 2, but they're only 8 attacks. Werewolves are crushing 1, but they didn't get to attack anybody because they both died. So yeah, I mean, I really don't have a whole lot of crushing in this army the way it's set up right now. And let's be honest here, I wasn't focused on crushing. I was focused on the magic, right? Because the magic was cool.
Much magic, so much stuff.
I had so much stuff.
The combos are nasty.
The combos were gross, man. The Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's broken.
With like 13 attacks.
Straight up broken.
Attacks every turn.
Yeah, I mean, straight up broken.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like it.
Of course you did.
I like it. You know, if I would have had maybe 10 more units of mummies, maybe I would have done better.
Yeah.
But I don't have 10 units of mummies, so that didn't happen. But no, like I said, I think I figured out one of Tom's secrets. I'm going to try and use those in games coming up, and hopefully it'll help me.
Yeah.
But I think the other thing that I'm going to have to do is just start running a crap load of crushing in all my lists, because you have stuff that it just does not die.
Yeah, it's tough.
You know, I think the rats are probably the most disposable out of your army, but everything else has regen.
They're chaff.
Yeah, they are.
They're old chaff.
They're chaff. I mean, let's be honest here. They're straight up chaff. But yeah, I mean, everything else though that you have hits and regens Radiance of Life. Everything else, you know, is very good at surviving and it's high defense.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I cannot kill well, I mean, let's be honest here, you couldn't do it either. So I guess I can't say too much. You still couldn't kill them.
They would have died.
So sure, no, they probably would have. But you know, it would have taken 2 turns. 2 turns of being flanked and hitting the front to finally kill it. Yeah. If I could do that to these units, I could probably kill them too.
Probably.
So, but your units, man, they're tough. So
guard give you all sorts of problems. That's the bane of you.
Yeah.
You just don't know how to deal with them.
Well, I think I might have learned. But you also position them in such a way where you negate what I would try and do.
I was super scared over here. You had the Lona, Soul Reaver Cav, the Pegasus, the werewolves. What else did you have? You had like everything over
here. I had everything. I had like Canis over there.
It was a little scary.
I was not able, again, I was not able to blow through things. Yeah. I was not able to kill stuff, and that is what eventually led to my downfall. If I would have been able to hit and go through stuff, so you hit me and you killed. You hit and killed, hit and killed.
Yeah.
Me, I hit and stuck. And I was not able to kill you.
Yeah.
And that ultimately was my downfall, is I was not able to go through you. I honestly feel like this list could have beaten your list.
Oh, yeah, it was nasty.
But
that combo magic stuff was gross.
It was so gross. But the mummies didn't do enough because they're mummies. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
You know, having the one mummy regiment, kind of figuring out who they were as people over here, that hurt at least a couple turns. Yeah. I got to get them into combat, and then you know, putting so much on a flank and then so much. I didn't really put anything over here, but putting so much over there, in a way, kind of bottlenecked me a little bit.
Oh yeah, you had like half your army over here, and that's what I was trying to do. Was trying to bottleneck you over here.
And that did, it bottlenecked me pretty well. And then again, I'm so happy the Soul Reaver Cav got to kill something.
Yeah, they finally did.
I'm so happy they killed something this time. I don't know, I can't remember what they killed. What did they kill?
They killed Rat Fiend.
That's right, they killed a Rat Fiend, which is 200 points.
20, I think, 220.
Almost made their points back. Almost. But
it took them and Alona to do it. But
hey, you know what? You got to do what you got to do. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I'll take 500 points to kill a 200 point unit. Apparently I have to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally like Halpi's Rift.
It was fun.
Again, like we talked about throughout the battle report, Halpi's Rift is totally something that is fun, change pace.
Yeah, it was fun. It was different for us.
Yeah.
Kind of, we were getting the same kind of army, so I was like, man, we get to play 3,000 points. We get a bunch of crazy rules.
Yeah.
And we did, what was it? Astral Plane, so we did everything, so that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Even getting steamrolled, it was a lot of fun. Just because there's so many different things that you can do, and you know, I'm sure you've already come up with ideas. If we were to play this again, and so have I, and stuff that we would change, stuff we would drop.
Yeah.
You know, again, most of the time when I design a list, I go, what models do I have, and I go from there.
I'd definitely be using that +2 attack thing.
Right.
I didn't read that right. When I read it.
Right? That is a nasty spell.
Heck yeah.
Nasty. And then coupling it with the channeling spell where you +5.
Oh yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, that's almost a certain +7.
Yep.
At least. And that's only if you, depending on which spellcaster level you have.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nasty, guys. If you have not had a chance to play this, you guys need to play Halpi's Rift.
Something different.
I think it's worth, how much did the book cost?
It was cheap. It was like 22, 25, something
yeah,
like that.
It wasn't very expensive. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's worth it. It's got a lot of good fluff in there, especially if you're a Ratkin fan. Mm-hmm. I hate to say that. I actually like their fluff, even though I hate them. There's a lot of good Ratkin fluff. They kind of go a little bit more into the Ratkin storyline and everything.
That's what he says every time I put that unit. I hate that unit.
I hate that.
Guys.
I do.
I hate
every single unit. I hate that unit.
No matter what I put
Screw
down.
them.
God,
I hate that unit.
Damn, those guys
I hate
suck.
that unit. That unit sucks. I hate that unit.
That's our deployment.
Yeah, that is exactly our deployment. What else? Anything?
We're almost at 200 subscribers, so subscribe.
Yes.
Get us to 200. That'd be sweet.
If you guys like the video, or if you guys know know anybody that might like this stuff, suggest it to people.
Yeah.
Please, guys, we're trying to get to 200 subscribers. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Put your comments in. We love reading the comments. And everything. So.
And if you're gonna thumbs down the video, please tell us why. I mean,
definitely.
I get it. Maybe you were looking for, I don't know, whatever the hell you're looking for on YouTube. And if you were just randomly looking for stuff and you found our channel and you were like, oh, this is stupid, don't hit the thumbs down because of that, right? I mean, actually, like, if it's for an actual reason, tell us.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we don't like that you talk, that you guys always fumble with the mics, whatever it is, and we might try and change it.
You guys said you want a different train, so we got some different trains.
We got some different train.
We just need
trying.
comments, and if you want to give us your opinion, we'll try and fix it, whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
So
we're always open for suggestions.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to stop playing the game just because I'm bad at it. That is not a good suggestion. So please, other constructive suggestions are always wanted.
Yeah. Only one. Oh, it cracks me up.
Hey, man, I win, and people are like, yay, drinking beer and stuff. It's always good to be the underdog, Yeah, it sucks to be you. Enjoy your winning. I get to be the underdog for losing all the time. No, something that I learned a while ago, and that is that winning is temporary and losing is temporary. But what you learn from those things can be permanent.
Yeah.
And so, yes, winning is great. Winning is a lot of fun. And yes, contrary to what you guys see on here, I used to win a lot. We both have won and lost a lot of these games. And
we've been playing for like a decade.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing for over 10 years together. We played in tournaments, 40K, Warhammer Fantasy, across many different things. And we both have won a lot.
Ups and downs.
And we've lost a lot. And yes, winning is always fun. And losing sucks, but they're both temporary.
It was a fun game. We had a good time. I mean,
we always had a good time, and that's ultimately what it is, right? It's about what you learn and the experience of it.
Yeah.
Am I going to remember? Ultimately, am I going to remember, oh man, I lost that game? No, I'm going to remember that you failed to kill the mummies. And I'm going to remember that my pharaoh just chopped through stuff. I'm going to remember the cool parts about the game, right? Again, guys, it's about the journey. It's about what you learn.
Yeah.
It's not so much about the winning or losing of it. Because again, those things are temporary. The high from winning, you're not always going to be a winner. Mm-hmm. And if you can win a lot consistently all the time, cool, good for you.
And keep a positive attitude. Don't be a bummer. Like when you start losing, I've seen people at tournaments where they get mad. Down, and it's like, man, have fun with it. It's a game.
Have fun with it.
We're all playing the game with little toy soldiers.
At the end of the day, we're playing with toy models, man. Like, have fun.
Enjoy some of the stuff.
Enjoy the tactical side of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the storyline that's coming in, the crazy stuff that happens. Hook on to, if something cool happens in the game, hook on to that and enjoy what that is doing. Right?
Like 18 wounds. Like, I got in the bag.
Got him. Double one. Double one. You don't have it
like that.
Yeah, and that's just one of the biggest things, for a lot of the people out there that are watching this. I'm sure there are people out here that watch just to see who wins and who loses. I'm sure by now you guys have figured out most likely he's going to win. But, it's also a fact of what did we play? How did we play it? What caused us to win or lose?
Yeah.
What could we improve upon? What did we do a really good job of? And so there's a lot there, guys. And so again, hopefully, for you guys that are out there that watch, that love our channel, that subscribe to the channel, that enjoy our content, hopefully you guys feel the same way, where again, winning is temporary and losing is temporary. And the highs and lows from those things are temporary too. Yep. Ultimately, it's about what you learn from it and whether or not you have a good time at it, right?
We're trying to make our list better and everything, so we're getting better.
I feel like I'm getting better, right? It doesn't look like it all the time, but and you can only improve upon the stuff that you can control, right? Obviously, you can't control the dice all the time.
But they say iron sharpens iron?
Yes, iron sharpens iron. At this point, I swear to God, I could cut through some fucking steel. But, there's certain things you can plan for in a game, and you want to try and set yourself up for the best amount of success during the game with doing the right things. Don't ever try and rely on the dice to win it for you, okay? That almost never almost never happens.
Six-sided cube, man. They roll crazy sometimes.
I mean, you never know. I mean, even Tom had some like legit bad rolls this game. I wish they'd have been more consistent, but it's okay.
Make a regen to save my life.
No.
2 turns.
No, you could not. No, you could not. Not that it mattered a whole lot because I couldn't kill anything anyway.
Yeah.
But it was a good game.
I enjoyed it.
So again, guys, let your friends know. Anybody that is interested in Kings of War, you know, have them watch our channel. And again, guys, it's not just about the game. It's about the community. It's about having fun. And, you know, the world we live in right now is a crazy freaking world.
Heck yeah.
And anytime you can take away from what's going on out there by moving some toy soldiers on a fake battlefield, it's good, right? I think it's good for the mind. So.
Hopefully Armada coming up.
Yes.
Looking forward to playing some Armada against him.
Yes, we got some Armada coming up.
Yeah.
That is going to be interesting.
That's interesting.
You're going to be playing
a super fun game. I'm excited.
You're going to be playing Basileans.
Really cool.
Yeah, Basileans. I'll be playing the Orcs, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Something way different.
Yeah.
And but it's still like in the Mantic universe.
We both bought the box, or we just split it. Yeah. So he gets the Orcs, I get the Basileans.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool. You get actually a pretty good collection of boats.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually pretty nice. And then I think, I mean, realistically, you know, you're only going to have 5 or 6 boats on the board.
I want to use them all, man.
Massive battle fleet. Well, whatever we got to do. Yeah, I think that'll be a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
But other than that, I think that's it for tonight, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Please let us know, like and subscribe.
Yep.
Please.
Love the comments. Everybody who comments, thank you. It's pretty cool.
Tell your friends about us. If you want us to put a half-naked girl as our thumbnails so we can get more clicks, whatever we got to do. But we definitely want to get to 200 subscribers. That would be super good, right? And then from there, you know, it's a short jump to 1,000, right?
Yeah, we're almost
there. Get up to what's Mastercrafted at?
I don't know, a ton.
They're out of time. We want to try and get there.
We're moving up.
We're moving up.
Making positive growth.
Yeah.
So, it's cool.
So again, guys, please keep telling us your comments. Let us know. Again, suggestions are always great.
Yeah.
We are limited. Obviously, we tell you guys this all the time. We're limited by the armies that we do have. But if you guys do have suggestions, please let us know, and we will try and make those things happen.
Oh, yeah.
I try and add units almost every game. Stuff you haven't seen before. This game, it was the Revenant Cav that were brand new. So we're always trying to add stuff. So again, please let us know what you guys liked. Let us know what you didn't like, and we'll see you guys next time.